The city is conducting a special election this November, in which voters will consider 3 separate questions seeking bond funding for 10 projects in the areas of public safety, traffic congestion mitigation, and pavement preservation. Let's begin with question number 1, public safety.
Hello everyone, I'm Police Chief Terry Young.
And I'm Fire Chief Tom Abbott. Over the next few minutes, we're going to introduce you to the public safety projects proposed under question 1 on the November 7th ballot. I'll review 2 fire stations, one to replace a temporary station in North Surprise and a new fire station in our southeast area.
And I'll talk about the police department projects, as well as 3 projects that will support both police and fire medical needs. Let's begin with the Public Safety Evidence and Readiness Center. The current police evidence and property facility on Litchfield Road, just north of Bell Road, is at about 85 to 90% storage capacity. In addition, both Surprise Police and Fire Medical currently store tactical gear at locations throughout the city. That reduces efficiencies and impacts response. Plus, we're running out of space at some of these locations. A joint Public Safety Evidence and Readiness Center would provide 17,000 square feet of secure space for police evidence and property storage. It would also dedicate 12,000 square feet of climate-controlled space to securely store and maintain millions of dollars worth of public safety tactical equipment in one logistics center. The location is on city-owned land at 134th and Foxfire Drives. This facility also supports another public safety need. By moving out of the current property and evidence facility, we can renovate the existing 8,500 square foot building to create a dedicated police training facility. The project would include a defensive tactics room, firearms simulation room, and provide secure outdoor training areas to keep our officers up to date and prepared for emergency situations. The city is currently updating the Public Safety Master Plan, which has identified a future need for a fire station and police substation in the growing southwest area of Surprise. This bond question includes the purchase of 16 acres of land to house this future shared public safety facility, as well as a community park connecting residents to our public safety crews. By acquiring land ahead of the need to build the facility, the city can ensure land availability at today's price in an area west of Loop 303 and south of Greenway Road. Another project in this question includes building a 44,000 square foot public works operations facility on city land at Cactus and Litchfield Roads. This would consolidate street maintenance, trash and recycling, traffic signal, and fleet operations into one space. Now right now, those operations are scattered throughout Surprise in outdated facilities. Now how is this a public safety project? These are the crews that maintain police and fire medical vehicles, and the current location simply doesn't have the bays large enough to work on the fire trucks indoors, exposing our employees and the vehicles to the elements. In addition, this project would close public workspace at 134th and Foxfire Drives, making it available for the Public Safety Evidence and Readiness Center that I talked about earlier. The city has secured impact fees and solid waste fees that would fund approximately 60% of the cost to build this facility. The remaining would require bond funding. Now let's learn more about the 2 fire stations included in this bond proposal from Chief Abbott.
Surprise Fire Medical has been operating out of a temporary fire station 304 in North Surprise for about 14 years. This was an interim solution that allowed us to provide emergency response to our northernmost residents. However, with nearly 18,000 new homes planned for this area, the station has extended its useful life. The bond question proposes a new permanent station along 163rd Avenue near Happy Valley Road to replace the temporary modular station. A new fire station 304 will allow our department to increase service levels as planned growth dictates, to maintain adequate response times, and provide for secure storage of our fire apparatus. The station will be staffed with existing firefighters. To meet growing service call demand in Southeast Surprise, a new fire station 308 is proposed on city-owned land at Litchfield and Cactus Roads. Currently, this area primarily receives service from 2 Surprise Fire medical stations, 305 and 307, and an El Mirage fire station. Last year, there were 1,548 calls for service in the area that would be served by the new fire station. Fire Station 305 responded to more than 560 of these calls with an average response time of 6 minutes and 47 seconds, which is slightly above the recommended national standard. Lower response times are important as a fire doubles in size every 60 seconds, and biological death occurs within 4 to 6 minutes, which is why it's so important for us to have low response times. The average response times for the other two stations that service this area were also slightly above the standard. Upon completion of construction, the city will add 3 new captains, 3 new engineers, 9 firefighters, and 1 support staff to support the new fire station. Building Fire Station 308 will lessen the burden on Fire Station 305, which has the busiest fire company in our city the last several years. It would also help lower emergency response times in the area with a station dedicated to this part of Surprise, which continues to see new homes and businesses coming in. It is also home to our industrial park.
Now let's take a look at question number 2, traffic congestion mitigation.
I'm Mike Gent, Public Works Director for the City of Surprise. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to introduce you to the 3 road improvement or traffic congestion mitigation projects proposed under question 2 on the November 7th ballot. We begin with a little background. As part of our commitment to traffic safety, the city conducted an arterial capacity study in 2007 that identified all 3 projects in this bond question as being incomplete or not built to their ultimate condition. These are roads in which multiple lanes are forced to merge into single lanes, creating safety concerns and congestion issues as traffic counts increase. Waddell Road is currently at capacity with a little over 16,000 vehicles per day. As growth and development continue, Waddell will quickly become oversaturated, causing a possible rise in traffic congestion and safety issues. The stretch between Loop 303 and Reams Road is narrowed due to the underdeveloped nature of the area. However, with the recent expansion of the 303 to a 6-lane freeway, more traffic is traveling Waddell to enter or exit the freeway. This project will complete the lane build-out on the north and south half of Waddell Road, east of the 303 to Reams Road, and add a traffic signal at the Saraval Avenue intersection. In addition to eliminating areas that have multiple lanes merging into one lane, this project includes provisions for drainage, sidewalks, bicycle lanes, street lighting, landscaping, and turn lanes. The cost of this project is a little higher than the others because we will have to relocate existing Maricopa Water District infrastructure and secure the right-of-way. Our next project, Greenway Road between Cotton Lane and Saraval Avenue, is also incomplete with narrowed lanes. With 21,000 vehicles per day traveling this portion of Greenway, it is now over capacity, and new development could increase congestion and traffic safety. The Greenway Road Bond project would add 2 new lanes on the south half of the road, 800 feet west of the Loop 303 to 1,600 feet east of the freeway, close to Saraval. This project also includes sidewalks, a bicycle lane, lighting, landscaping, and turn lanes. It will also require the relocation of existing Maricopa Water District infrastructure and include drainage improvements. The final traffic congestion mitigation project included in this bond question is to improve Litchfield Road between Waddell Road and Peoria Avenue. This stretch of Litchfield is rapidly approaching capacity, with 14,200 vehicles per day driving on it. Specific improvements within this segment of Litchfield Road will construct 2 additional travel lanes for a total of 4. Provisions for drainage, sidewalks, bicycle lanes, street lighting, and landscaping. All 3 of these roadway projects may be eligible for developer reimbursement due to the city code that requires private property developers to build the roadway fronting their property. Given the uncertain nature of the development timing and the immediate need to alleviate traffic congestion, it will immediately benefit the traveling public to complete these projects ahead of development.
This last section explores question number 3, pavement preservation.
Well-maintained streets help define the character of a city. They help move commerce across town, provide safe access for emergency responders, connect us to our jobs, homes, and the overall region. Let's discuss the pavement preservation plan listed as question 3 on the November 7th ballot on how it could support the city's need to repair some of the city's streets that are in need of more costly treatments. In Surprise, we budget $4.5 million annually for pavement preservation maintenance. However, with more than 1,400 paved lane miles of roadways, with an estimated full replacement value of $773 million, you can see that amount can only do so much. The most commonly shared pavement preservation philosophy is to apply the right treatment to the right road at the right time. A well-implemented pavement management system allows the city to realize the benefits of lower-cost preventative maintenance treatments before more costly replacement and reconstruction alternatives become necessary. According to the National Center for Pavement Preservation's research, spending $1 on pavement preservation today can eliminate or delay spending $6 to $14 on future rehabilitation or reconstruction costs. Under our pavement preservation program, our first course of action is light rehabilitation or preventative maintenance. This includes the city's routine crack seal program, which is the most cost-effective way to address preventative maintenance needs and extend the life of the pavement. The use of surface treatments, including slurry seals and micro-surfacing applications, typically provides 7 to 10 years of additional service life by minimizing the deterioration of the road. When a street's pavement has deteriorated to the midpoint of its life cycle, but there are no structural base issues or failures, we provide mill and overlay treatments. While these treatments are more expensive than preventative treatments, they are less expensive than major rehabilitation, and they provide 15 to 20 years of additional pavement service life. If pavement conditions are allowed to deteriorate to where structural base issues or failures have occurred, then reconstruction is required. This is the most expensive pavement maintenance option. If approved, this bond initiative will provide pavement preservation catch-up funds that will support the city's existing annual pavement preservation budget and provide additional funding for the more costly treatments. Together, these improvements will allow the city to maintain an average pavement condition on all city streets of good or excellent moving into the future at a much lower life cycle cost than would otherwise be necessary.
Now that you are familiar with all 3 bond questions, a reminder, this is a mail ballot only election. Ballots arrive by mail October 11th. You can mail in a completed ballot before Election Day, November 7th, or drop it off at City Hall in the City Clerk's office October 28th through November 7th, including weekends. Learn more about the projects, the cost, and election details at surpriseaz.gov/decide surprise.